Jinny and Cuckoo.
Hey everyone, welcome back to JinnikuTV, the place where animation becomes simple, fun and totally doable. If you're new here, we are in the middle of our Adobe Animate's beginner series. We recommend watching our previous videos in this series for the foundation lessons. If you have been following our video series, welcome back, and we're excited to share a new lesson in this beginner series. Today's video is a quick one, but super useful. We are learning how to export your animation as a GIF or GIF in Adobe Animate. Before we jump into exporting, make sure your animation is good to go. GIFs are great for short looping animations, and today we will also make sure the background stays transparent, which is perfect if you want to overlay the GIF on other visuals. Like you see here, we have already created this graphic and imported it in Adobe Animate. All the elements are nicely organized across separate layers. If you want to walk through on how to import graphics from a design program like Illustrator or Photoshop, be sure to check out the dedicated video on that. It's part of this beginner series. We have already planned and animated this scene. Now the focus of this video is to learn how to export it as a GIF. But if you're curious about how the animation itself was created, we highly recommend checking out our video on classic tweening, motion tweening, and the 3 practice exercises included in this series. They will give you a solid foundation in the animation process. Now that our animation is ready, let's quickly preview it before exporting it as a GIF. Everything looks good, smooth, just the way we wanted. So now we are all set to export this as a GIF. As you can see, we haven't used any background here because we want our final GIF to have a transparent background. But if you ever need a background, just add it to your scene before exporting the file. It's that simple. Let's export the GIF now. Go to File, Export, Export Animation as GIF. In the export video, check these settings. On the left, you will see preview of your animation. Super handy to check how it looks before exporting. And over on the right, you have all the export settings, which we will walk through in just a moment. By default, the file name is set to unnamed, but you can choose a different one from the drop-down menu. Just below that, make sure the format is set to GIF. Now there's a setting called lossy. It's best to leave this at a 0 to maintain the best quality. If you increase it, say all the way to 100, it will reduce the file size but also lower the animation quality. So let's go ahead and revert it back to 0 for now. The next important setting is the colors option. Here's how it works. The lower the number of colors, the smaller your file size will be. But if your animation uses a lot of colors and details, we recommend choosing a higher color value to keep the higher resolution. In our case, the default value works just fine, so we will stick to that. Next, we have a dither option. Dithering is great when you're working with gradients. It helps blend colors more smoothly, but since our animation uses only flat colors, we don't really need it. So we will go ahead and set no dither for this one. For a transparent background, make sure that the transparency checkbox is selected. Now, if you don't want to add a solid background, you can choose a color from this drop-down. It includes the basic presets like black and white, but if you want more options, just select other from the drop-down or use the color picker right next to it. Since we want a transparent background and don't want any color showing around the edges, we will make sure that the transparency box is checked and the drop-down is set to none. Next, you have the option to adjust the width and the height of your GIF in case you have a different size. Right below that, you will see two options: Art Optimize and Type Optimize. It is fairly straightforward. If your animation includes text, go with the Type Optimize for crisper text output. But since our artwork doesn't have any text, we will stick to Art Optimize. Just beneath that, you will see a table showing all the colors used in the animation. If you reduce the color value in the preset section above, watch how the color table updates automatically. It adjusts based on the number of colors selected. In the animation section, you will find the looping option. You can choose to loop your animation once or forever. Since we're exporting this as a simple GIF, we will select once so it plays just one time. Before saving, it's a good idea to preview your animation. You can either use the preview option here under the animation section or click the preview button in the lower left corner. It will open your animation in a browser window so you can see how it looks. Once everything looks good, go ahead and click Save. You will be prompted to choose a file location, give your file a name, and then click Save again. And that's it. Your animated GIF file is exported and ready to be used in any other project. Thank you so much for joining us in this video. If you learned something new or had fun animating with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to JinnikuTV for more simple and fun animation tutorials. Got questions or want to show us your version of the animation? Drop a comment below. We would love to hear from you. And remember, the more you practice, the better you get. So keep animating, keep experimenting, and we will see you in the next video.